Marion Correctional Institution here in Ohio. Let's break it down. This is part 8 on my 30-part series on all Ohio prisons, including 27 adult and 3 juvenile DYS centers. So a lot of people have been asking me to do Marion in the comments. I've actually never been here, but it's unique in a way that it has open dorms and cell blocks as a level 1-level 2. It's mostly a level 2 medium, but they also hold some level 1 camp people, which is considered a minimum. But it's, to my knowledge, the only other prison in Ohio who also has cell blocks with dorms would be Grafton. So it has some pretty rich history as far as it was built in 1948 for the German prisoners of war for World War II. I never knew that. Then it became Marion Correctional in 1952. This place was designed to hold 2,623 inmates, just like all other prisons we got here in Ohio. It's never at that, and it's always within like probably 100 to 200 inmates above capacity. I got some photos from different cell blocks that are here. I'm also gonna add some clips referring to something that I found pretty crazy. It happened in 2015. Some of you might already know. And then also some other clips showing how they were one of the worst places for COVID-19. Some of the spots in Ohio even had to have the outside military come in, such as the National Guard, and set up tents. This is a photo of at least one of the other cell blocks. They look like standard level 3 cell blocks from what I could tell. So I've heard mixed things about this place. Certain blocks are just really like average open dorms, but I heard a lot of the lifers and people with longer sentences try to put in to be in these cell blocks. I knew one of my dudes from Youngstown, Mike Page. He was here before, and he was telling me like when he was there, it was gangland. There was a lot of shit going on, but he said that it kind of did a flip-flop. Like I've said in different videos, it's nothing for them to get control of a prison, and it will continue with its reputation, but it might not even still live up to that reputation. To be honest, I really don't even know a lot about this place besides what I just researched. Like I said, they got hit real bad with COVID. I was able to find like the normal statistics about it, the information on Wikipedia, but this actual story I'm about to go into is pretty crazy. You probably heard of it. They even talked about it on really big like prison talk shows, and it was on like actual world news. These inmates, it was a total of 5 altogether. They got together and they were on this program that was supposed to recycle like old computer parts, and they were able to find a way to put old parts together and create their own computer. They stole credentials from correctional staff, and they were able to log on and do a lot of different things, which I'm pretty sure this could have been like the precursor to people figuring out that they could jailbreak the GTL tablets. So what am I talking about with that? In a lot of other places, I've said before, not only did they figure out you could hit the minus sign and add money on your media with the new GTL tablets, that's a separate thing that they do from putting a cord, like a syncing cord, into an actual cell phone, and they connect it to the JP5s. Now, I don't know if they could do it with the 6s, the new ones, but the old JP5s, they would take the phone, connect it to the thing, they do something, I'm not sure what, and it jailbreaks it. They actually put restricted games, adult movies, regular movies, just all kinds of stuff, whatever it will hold on the storage. Now, there was people saying that they were surfing the web and Facebook, this and that. That I don't think was actually true, because what they were doing was transferring files. So it becomes like a jailbroke tablet, meaning anything you transfer, a video game, like real games like GTA San Andreas was one of them. Like I said, adult movies, things like that. And then people would rent them out, because you're obviously seeing things on there you ain't gonna see nowhere else. 1 or 2 hour long movies that just came out last week, and it stores it on there as a file. But people were pretty much doing this, but this story I'm about to get into, they were able to create a computer with a monitor, and they had it stashed in the ceiling.
To build a secret computer lab. In a prison story, inmates build computers with smuggled parts and hide them in the ceiling. A handful of inmates at a medium security correctional facility took full advantage of a prison work program, using time from monotonous labor to build a secret computer lab. In a prison story for the ages gone public this week. In 2015, the unsupervised inmates in Marion, Ohio, were tasked with disassembling old PCs as part of a computer waste recycling program. While the rest of the prison's 2-bit cons were crafting ships and shanks, their 32-bit beers were connecting cables to surf the web. Using a contractor's stolen credentials, they used their internet access to search for drug recipes, how to commit tax fraud, how to build explosives, and, of course, porn. One of them even managed to call and text his mom. They hid the computers in the ceiling and kept them operational for 4 months, until the correctional facility was made aware of irregular levels of internet activity. What's amazing is not only did the inmates build the computers, but they were able to transport the parts within the prison walls, even through monitored security checkpoints. The 5 prisoners involved have since been transferred to other institutions, where guards will probably be keeping a much closer eye on them.
Getting an exclusive look inside one of the biggest coronavirus outbreaks in Ohio State Prison, where nearly 2,000, or nearly 80% of all inmates have been infected. MSNBC's Tremaine Lee has more on this story. Tremaine, good to have you with us. What more can you tell us about this outbreak?
Eamon, prison advocates, inmates, and their families for weeks have been warning us about what would happen if COVID-19 pushed its way into our prisons and jails, where already over 2.3 million Americans are being held. And we're seeing that nightmare scenario play out at the Marion Correctional Facility in Marion, Ohio.